Okay, so did you get a chance to go through the document?
Yeah, I went through it and I found a common term
Mm-hmm.
which is Q gate.
Okay.
Yeah, and I did not understand that. Like I have seen Q gate almost in all the phases,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know what that means.
Okay. Okay, let's park that aside. Okay, that part you did not understand. However, you discussed. I mean, we discussed about few things. I think you gave me few details about each of the phase. So based on that document, are you having even more better clarity about each phase? What happens in each phase?
Yes.
Okay. All right then. So now, before I get into each phase, about activate project life cycle, you have a very fair understanding, right? Is that a true statement?
Yes.
All right. So now let us go into the other part, which is basically the project types. Okay, we will finish this off quickly, and then we will again go dig deep into each of these project phases, which is prepare, explore, realize, and deploy. All right. So project types, when it comes to any SAP project, okay, it's very common types are you either be part of an implementation or you will either be part of a support project.
Okay.
Okay, it goes as this. So how many types of projects are there? There can be an implementation. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this implementation need not necessarily, I mean, again, in implementation, there are different kinds, which I think we will get into details. But for you to understand, there are three types of project. One is your implementation project, the other one is your support project, which right now
Mm-hmm.
you are taking care of.
Mm-hmm.
Then there is something called as shared support.
Okay.
Okay, shared support model. So we will go into the projects one by one. Okay, first thing is implementation. Okay, we discussed apart from implementation conversion, we also discussed about one more type. If can you recollect that?
No, I cannot recall that, but I do remember you said
Okay, that's
one. Yeah.
selective data transition.
Yeah. Can you please share the first sheet with me?
First
The
sheet in the sense.
first sheet in the sense where you have listed down all the training materials and which is completed and which is not. I think there you have mentioned it.
Okay, this one you mean?
Yeah, this one.
Sure, I will do that. I think I have not mentioned it here.
Okay, maybe you must have said it verbally, but yeah.
Yeah, it's part
I,
of a document. I think it's part of
mm-hmm,
SAP introduction during the first or
mm-hmm.
second session. We would have discussed about what are the different types of projects that can be there as part of SAP.
Yeah,
That's when we would
maybe.
have discussed. Okay, if you can go into that document, maybe you will find that.
Okay,
Okay, so
yes.
now let me step back again into this. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Okay, so implementation again, what happens is we have two types. One is green field, the other
Mm-hmm.
one is brown field. Okay,
Okay.
what does a green field mean is that I'm running an Excel. Okay, I don't have any systems,
Mm-hmm.
or I am running in a system wherein I am not part of SAP ecosystem. I'm running in some other third-party system. Okay,
Okay.
maybe Oracle or maybe Salesforce or whatever be the case, or any very small scale or in-house built application, whatever be the case. When you take care of a project where your customer is already having a legacy system which is not SAP, and you're trying to understand their legacy and legacy system basically, and then you develop the processes, fine tune the processes, make them to adapt the best practices, and then implement that from the scratch in an SAP system, that forms the part of greenfield.
Okay.
Okay. Next comes your brownfield. When we talk about brownfield, you're already part of an SAP ecosystem. Okay, your customer is in SAP already. However, they are only having inventory management. Now they're going to open a big warehouse, and they wanted to implement a warehouse management system.
They
They're going
want
to
to
implement
implement where?
warehouse.
Okay.
Okay, warehouse management system.
Hmm.
In this case, they're already part of SAP. You have to go do a detailed project wherein you will again do the same kind of activities, which is prepare, explore, realize, deploy. You do the
Mm-hmm.
same set of activities. However, there is going to be a different approach, because back then you have the flexibility of devising all the enterprise structure of all the modules. But in this case, when you are doing a brownfield, you will have to consider the factors of SAP system which is at present being used by the customer. So you will have certain limitations when you do a brownfield. You will
Okay.
also have to do an impact analysis of what will happen when you implement this change, or when you implement this project. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
how we are going to make the users adapt to the new changes in the system. So these are all certain things which you need to be very clear of. When it comes to a greenfield, it's all about you go train from the scratch to the users for all the modules, and then you do it. In the other case, when it comes to brownfield, you're going to have the users already using some processes in the system.
Mm-hmm.
Because of a change, which is based on the project that you're doing, you're
Mm-hmm.
going to ask them, retrain them with the new set of processes, implement new changes, and then probably move on with the support project. Okay,
Okay.
that's how it is. So this is the difference basically. So between greenfield and brownfield.
Mm.
Conversion, I think you already know about this. Conversion is basically you have an ECC, and from ECC you are moving to S4 HANA. This is particularly used for customers who are having operations in ECC already running, and they would like to move to a standard best practice system of S4 HANA with minimal customizations.
Okay.
Okay, that's when you take care of his. There is a set of activities again which differs from implementation and conversion, because in implementation you're going to study an external legacy system or an Excel. You talk to business, understand, and then do SAP. However, in conversion it's going to be different. You already have an ECC system in place. You're going to study that ECC system and then move that system from ECC into S4 HANA. You have a set of activities again for a conversion project. Okay, this is
Okay.
one another
So
type of project. Yeah,
okay. So this will be cloud to cloud movement or on prem to cloud.
anything can
It
happen.
depends. Like in
Yeah,
conversion only, we will have this movement.
correct.
Okay.
Movement from ECC to S4 HANA, irrespective of whether it is a cloud system or
Or on
this
prem.
thing on-prem.
Okay.
Okay, it's called basically the people call when you're moving from on-prem to cloud, it's called migration.
Migration. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So this is about conversion. So you are clear with these two particularly. Then, if you are clear, then we will move ahead with the support part.
Yes, I am. For conversion, I would like to like if we are moving ECC to S4 HANA, we will call it as conversion.
Correct.
We will not call it as migration or
Greenfield
anything
implemented.
else.
No, no. It is called as conversion in SAP terms.
Okay. Yeah, in SAP, we will call it as conversion, but we will keep this in mind that it is a migration only, but we will
Correct.
not say migration. Mostly,
Correct.
we will use conversion.
When you talk, people are changing. Now they are saying about migration projects also, because the concept of migration is more inclined towards the data migration part. Migration means you are uploading some data into from your legacy into your SAP system. People call that as data migration in SAP. So
Mm.
in specific to this ECC to S4, people call it usually as conversion project. S4
Okay.
conversion.
Okay.
Okay, how these can happen? Both of this, we spoke about contracting, right? Yesterday during the discover phase, we have conversations, negotiations with the customer, even
Yeah.
before they sign the contract. How these engagements can happen is that we have two concepts in SAP projects. Okay, this is purely based on whatever I have experienced so far. There can be variety of models also depending on the regions, depending on the accounts that you are engaging with. At least to whatever extent that I know, this is what is predominantly used by all the vendors, SAP vendors. Okay,
Okay.
lump sum is a fixed price project. Okay, for example, you try to understand these two terms. This is going to be very specific across all the type of projects. Okay, when it comes to lump sum, we say the project timeline is going to be 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we are going to bill them. The total value is, let's say, $100. For
Mm-hmm.
example, I mean $100. We are having four phases: prepare, explore, realize, deploy. Then against each phase, I'm going to, I mean, advance, I'm going to take 20%. These are all milestones, right? Project milestones.
Mm-hmm.
Prepare 10%, explore 50%, go live. What is left? 20%. Okay, this might be, it all constitutes to 100%, right? So this might be, sorry, I missed out on realize. 30%. Let's make this 20%. Okay, this is just an example. It differs from project to project, account to account.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about this, it's going to be a fixed price. So you're going to have a fixed price of $100, and
Mm-hmm.
you're going to split that like this. So after you close this phase, you're going to charge them 20 USD. Here in this case, 10 USD. Again, 20 USD. So as soon as you close the activities and deliver the deliverables of these particular phases and you obtain a formal sign off, you will raise an invoice to the customer for this value. This is called as fixed price, irrespective of the timeline, because anyway you agree for a timeline 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
However, you agree on a fixed price value, that is 100 USD.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is called as lump sum project, fixed price project.
Okay.
And
So
then
do
there
we
is a,
use this term lump sum or just fixed price?
no, it depends. Few vendors use it as lump sum, few vendors use it as fixed price. They have their own terminologies. Basically, it's all depends on your organization. But in at least last two organizations that I work for, they call it lump sum.
Okay, okay.
Few people call it fixed price also. I mean, it depends on people to people also where they are coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so next is T&M based,
Mm.
or I would say resource based.
Okay.
Here, what happens? You have the same set. You talk to them. You tell them that you're going to have 6 months timeline for this project, and what we will agree upon is not the fixed price. What we will agree upon is the number of resources you will deploy into the project,
Okay.
and then you will also say five resources. Let's say for five modules. Then we will say for FI it's 10 USD. For HR, it is 15 USD. For it is 10 USD. Something like this. Okay, you
Mm-hmm.
agree on the rate cards of each consultant working in that project. Okay,
Okay.
then end of every month, you will get the timesheet. You know the timesheet, right? You
Yes,
will get
yes.
the timesheet approved from project manager,
Mm-hmm.
from customer project manager. Then you bill them for the resources they have utilized. Again, here also you will agree on the deliverables. In both the cases, you will agree on deliverables, you will agree on the scope. Everything is the same. However, the change is going to be that this is going to be a fixed price or a lump sum,
Mm-hmm.
where for the 6 months you're going to charge them only this amount.
Mm-hmm.
Due to unforeseen circumstances, if it is getting extended or they ask for additional scope, then that calls for a change management process. You're going to charge them additionally, or you're going to do it based on, for a free of cost. Depends on the decision your management is taking.
Okay, so if there is nothing additional, like whatever the scope is, and within 6 months we are unable to complete that, so in that case,
We
can
will
we?
again go for a CR. We will again go for a CR.
Mm-hmm.
It again depends. See, it goes two ways. What usually happens in a project is customers will have a penalty clause. Okay, like I told you,
Oh,
SAP SAP's investment is very huge. Again, it's
mhm.
going to be objective and KRA for the management side, CXOs of that customer side, right? In
Okay.
that case, they will also have stricter timelines, which they will give, for which in the contract itself, many a times they will have penalty clauses.
Mm-hmm.
So they will say, for every delay that is happening in the project, I will charge you 2% or 3% of the total value of that phase. Something like that. There will be a penalty clause. So it goes
Okay.
both the ways. If the delay is due to the customer side, you
Mm-hmm.
will ask them for a CR, you will charge them that, boss, you delayed from your side, you did not give me the data, or your guys did not come properly for the meetings, your guys did not give me the requirements. So we
Mm-hmm.
got delayed by 15 days, 1 month, you're going to pay me additionally.
Mm.
It
Okay.
goes the other side also. They will say, you guys did not bring the consultants on site properly. You did not deliver the deliverables properly. Our team supported well. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to put you a penalty of, let's say, 2% of the invoice value for this phase.
Okay.
Goes both the ways.
Okay, so this will be discussed during the contracting as
During
well
the
as
contracting phase,
everything will
even
be.
though it is part of the contracts, during the
Mhm.
execution also, you can still negotiate.
Okay.
Okay, that's how it works.
Okay.
Then similar is the case with this also. So these two are the types of engagements with which at least I have handled the projects.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from this, there are certain models, but I don't think in SAP it is proven to be success. But it depends on the organization that you're going to join. It's all very simple. The underlying crux is never going to change. Okay, you have a phase, you have a deliverable or a milestone which you have to
Mm-hmm.
deliver. You will bill it. That's all. The billing model is going to change.
Okay.
Okay. So anything on this part? Are you
Yeah,
clear on this?
billing model will change when you
Billing
say
model will
billing
change as
model.
in, here we are billing based on the phases.
Okay. So whether it can be fixed price or TNM based.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. In here also, what there is one more thing also which I have at least experienced. It will be
Mm-hmm.
T&Ms. Okay. Okay, we will talk about it when we come to support, because that's done mostly as part of the support project only. So now we are clear of these two types, right? Implementation, conversion. Then we also spoke about lump sum and T&M based projects.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's get into support projects. Okay. Support projects also support projects usually runs both ways. So like I've mentioned here, it's T&M based, lump sum based again.
Hmm.
Okay. What happens usually is, this is where the difference, you're aware of support, what usually happens behind the scenes, right? The SLAs, then ticketing,
Yeah.
incident change request, all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now when we talk about lump sum, there are two different categories here. Unlike
Okay.
the model of
Fixed.
the implementations projects. Number one is,
Okay. Okay. So this we were talking about implementation, the first one.
yeah, the
Okay.
concept is not going to change. Okay, lump
Okay.
sum is lump sum only, even in support.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to say what I had faced in out of my experience at least.
Mm-hmm.
We had two different approaches when it comes to lump sum in support projects, not in implementation, but in support.
Okay.
Okay, one model was, like I told you, I give you I have to support you for a scope. I will say I will give you 4 resources, 5 resources.
Mhm.
Okay, but I will say I will bill on quarterly basis. Again, same 100 USD. I will support you for the scope.
Mhm.
For a scope, you don't worry about the resource. I will take care. I have deliverables. I will manage the show. You need not worry on the resource quality. You need not worry on taking interviews of the resources. Nothing you
Mhm.
need to worry. But
Mhm.
you give me this value for 1 year. I will
Mhm.
bill you on quarterly basis or monthly basis. I will take care of the support for you. This is one model.
Okay.
Okay. The other model is I will, I mean, it goes both the ways. So 100 USD for some scope, I'm going to give it, I'm going to deliver few things. I will bill it on quarterly basis or monthly basis.
Mhm.
For let's say the contract is for 1 year, I'm going to bill 100 USD divided by 12 for every month. This is how it works. This is fixed, I mean, lump sum billing.
Okay.
Similarly, you can also provide resources. Okay, you provide, let's say, 5 resources on 10 resources. They will still take interviews for them.
Mhm.
5 resources. The customer will interview. Here in this case, they will not interview. It's your scope. You have to take you are responsible for delivery. They will not mind about the resource that is working in the backend.
Mhm.
Here, customer will interview,
Mhm.
but then you have a fixed price contract, which is, let's say, they say 100 USD for 1 year. I will give you 100 USD, quarterly, monthly basis only. Again,
Okay.
but the customer will ask you to give the profiles they will interview.
Mhm.
You will bill on quarterly basis or monthly basis. Again, so it can happen both the ways. This is actually T&M. To be honest, this is actually T&M. However, in T&Ms, what usually happens is customer will say, we will sign a contract with the customer for 100 USD. Okay,
Mhm.
irrespective of whether okay, so I'm a resource working under a T&M. If I don't report to them for 1 month, you will not be able to bill for that 1 month. Okay, if you don't work for them. If
Okay.
any resource is not working, you will not be able to bill. However, in this case, you can still bill. The reason being, we are being on a lump sum engagement. We are supposed to give 5 resources. You can have backup resource who is ready. If you still support them, you can still bill them. They have no right to say that your guys did not come, so you cannot bill. That's not how it works. Okay, you can still bill it because it's a lump sum model.
Okay. I have a question over here.
Yeah,
Like 5 resources, customer will take interviews and they are selected. Okay, and the billing
correct.
phase start. Now, for some reason, if any of the resource is not available and we are providing a backup, so that backup will be like our backup, our resources who will that backup have to give interview again to the customers? Will
No,
the
no, no,
customer
no,
select
not
every?
in this case. Not in
Okay.
this case. The primary resources will be the front end of customer. You can still have backup resources who will do the things.
Mm-hmm.
In any lump sum, the delivery matters. Okay, you
Mm.
can bill the customer as long as you deliver the deliverables, but it's not the case in the T&Ms. Irrespective of your delivery, the resource has to be there working for them without a leave. In case the resource put 1 day leave, you
Mm.
cannot bill for that 1 day in a T&M. So now, are you getting the difference between these two?
Yeah.
So lump sum or fixed billing is always fixed, irrespective of what happens behind the scenes. You put someone as a primary lead resource,
Mm-hmm.
and that lead resource will take care of 2 to 3 projects. At the back end, he will have 5 different resources who will work on the assignments that is coming into that project, 4 or 5 projects that he's working on.
Okay.
But in T&M, that is not the case. If you assign a lead resource,
Mm-hmm.
that lead resource is responsible to deliver all the output or deliverables related to that project.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So in this case, the billing values will be high, and in this case, the billing values will be little less because the customer is asking for a resource. How much will the salary of a resource will be when he sits in India? Probably like 2 lakhs or 2.5 lakhs for a senior, I mean, senior most resource. So
Mm-hmm.
if it is 2.5 lakhs, he will know that he can pay with 20-30% margin. Probably he can pay a maximum of 3.5 lakhs, not more than that. He will be able to understand that. However, in this case, it is just that for that scope, he will say, I'm going to. I mean, I have a huge scope. I will pay you, let's say, 25 lakhs per month. You take care of my scope. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, so this is about the T&M and lump sum projects in support projects. Okay, but majority of the times this is how it is. This I encountered only once. This is not very usual. However,
Mm-hmm.
this is very usual in terms of a lump sum, and this is very usual. Okay,
Okay.
depend. The only thing that you need to remember is based on a resource and his working days for that customer. This is how you bill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then when we talk about so now on the support projects, you are clear, right? I'm not explaining about the support, things and all that CR, all those stuff. I think you would already be aware. So there is one more model called shared support model. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
Okay. Now, I'm a customer who is special. I mean, who is into selling, okay, who's into trading, let's say. What will I need? I will need to procure materials. I will need to do the sales. I will need HR. I will need finance. Correct. So these four are my major, I mean, primary modules. So for these four, I will ask you for a T&M resource because I know there are a lot of tickets that will flow into that modules, a lot of support that is needed for the business users. I will have 4 dedicated resources. However, I know that there is not many customizations that will come. There is not many developers I would need. Okay, that is one. Second is I have few third-party applications. I will need a integration consultant also. But that integration consultant need not be sitting with me for 1 month. I need not waste the building for that guy because the workload will be only 30-40 hours per month. Okay, I need not give 160 hours of timesheet to that guy. Again, similarly, if you have other things, let's say they have few assets to maintain, so they're asking for plant maintenance guy, asset management module. That guy
Mm-hmm.
also need not be for the entire month, only 30-40 hours we are going to use. So in such cases where the scope is very less, the customers will go for shared support model. Okay, this is basically based out of horse. So the customer will say, you are giving me 4 dedicated resources for 4 modules. I have scope in ABAP, CPI. I have, let's say, in asset management and other few other modules in SAP. Okay, for a matter of fact, I will say I will give you 350 hours. 350 hours of shared support.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what will happen? We have, as vendor, we will have a shared pool of resources. They are not dedicated to projects. They will work on 4 to 5, 6, 7, whatever projects be the case. They work on ticket basis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If, for example, both of us are here, you're a developer, I'm a developer, I'm going to do we both are supposed to do a web program.
Mm-hmm.
You are assigned an activity by this customer. You will be doing that activity. Assigned an activity by the customer. I'll do an activity. Okay. We both are shared. You cannot bill 160 hours for a month. I cannot bill 160 hours for a month. Instead, what will happen? You have to bill the hours that you have worked for. I will bill the hours that I have worked for. I will say I have worked for 20 hours in this month. You will say you work for 15 hours in this month. Okay. This is per month. This can be per month, or it can also be sometimes they will say 5,000 hours per year. Depends on the volume of hours they would need and the scope they have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, assuming this as an example, you worked for activity A, I worked for activity B. So for this month, I will say our shared support team worked for a total of 35 hours. I will bill it to customer at the end of the month. So it will be hourly rate. So it will mostly be like $25 per hour, something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So because 35 hours we both worked together, so 35 into 25, they will start billing that customer. So similarly, not just from this customer, you will get some activity from this customer. You will also get activity from other customers. You will have to do there, and you will also bill them, the other customers. So it is a shared pool of resources who belong to a module, but
Mm-hmm.
working for n number of customers.
The same resource.
Same resource, yes.
Okay. And this type,
Intent, yeah, go on, please.
in and this 350 hours is given by the customer. 350
Correct.
hours or 5,000 hours, it is given by the customer.
You agree during the contracting stage. You understand the scope of shared support. You agree during the contracting stage.
Yeah. And this is with one customer.
This isn't one customer. Similarly, you will have multiple contracts with multiple other customers, right?
And our
That's when
resources will
will
work
work
with
for multiple
multiple
customers.
customers, and multiple customers will give their own dedicated hours.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
So you're able to understand this concept, right? Many, I think, small and medium scale industries will be opting for this model also sometimes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not sure if you encountered this, but this is
Mhm.
also one of a model that runs in the SAP world.
Okay.
Okay. One more thing that you have to keep in mind is that it depends again. This is again something that is decided as part of the contract.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have, let's say, for I would what for the ease of this thing, let's say per year, 1,200 hours per year is agreed contract. Okay. There are two models of billing. Now, how much did we spend? We spent 35 hours to bill. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There can be contracts where you will say you use how much ever you want, but
Mm.
I will bill for only 100 hours.
Okay, the customer will say this.
No, no, no. We will say. So from the vendor side, because you will have to see profits, right? Your gross margin is important for you.
Okay.
So
Can you repeat this once again with from starting?
okay. So in the contract,
Mm-hmm.
suppose we decide during the contracting stage that the contract is for 1 year and we are going to have 1,200 hours per year
Okay.
for shared support.
Okay. We will say this to the customer, or customer will say this to the
We
vendor.
both will agree. We
Okay,
both will
both will
agree.
agree on this. The contract
Yes.
will be made upon this. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The
Mm-hmm.
customer will say, I only want 300 hours per year. However, will that be sufficient? You being the SAP support partner, you will say, boss, you have this much of scope. I'll have to deploy these many resources to cover up this scope, these many modules. So
Mm-hmm.
you will need at least 1,200 hours. You check
Okay.
this. If there is, we will see the consumption month on month, how much you're asking for the support, and then we can increase it for the next year. This can be one of the conversation you can take
Okay.
during the contracting stage.
Okay.
Okay. So now 1,200 hours is something that you have agreed. Let's say we can assume.
Hmm.
Now, in the contract itself, we will say, I will need 100 hours per month because you are having people to whom you have to pay salaries, right? Every month.
Yeah.
So if the customer did not consume any hours, it's a loss for you because you have to pay the salaries and you do not get any billing from the customer.
Mm-hmm.
So do you get it? This is probably on the business side. Whatever I'm talking about is on the business side of projects.
Okay.
Okay. So if you don't get it, probably let me know. I'll probably drill it down further to explain you.
Okay. So this is over. You said 1200 hours we have agreed upon, and
Correct.
100 hours of billing
100
will be
hours of
given.
billing per month. There are two models of billing.
Yeah.
So if you have consumed, let's say 35 hours only,
Mm-hmm.
I will still bill for 100 hours.
100 hours because 100 hours is the commitment.
Is the commitment we have.
Okay.
If you have consumed 135 hours,
Then also we will bill 100 hours.
no.
Oh,
Why?
okay.
Because you have if you are the commitment will be like the minimum required hours for billing would be 100.
Mm-hmm.
However, based on the consumption for
Mm-hmm.
the exceeding number of hours, it will also be billed. That's how it will be. I
Okay,
will bill
so
for 135 hours.
okay, so whatever hours would be per month, but it should not exceed 112, 1200 hours per year. This
For the
will be
year.
the
That's all.
billing.
That's all is the concept.
Okay, so let's
Okay.
suppose 1 month it is 35 hours, then also we will bill 100 hours, and next month it is 135 hours, so we'll bill 35 extra,
130.
100 plus 35, but it
Yeah.
should
So
not
235 is consumed. 235 hours out of 1,200 is already consumed in two
Mm-hmm.
months. That's how it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. This can be one of the model. Model 2 is very straightforward. Okay. You have 1,200 hours. The customer will not agree for this. Okay, the concept that you're going to bill irrespective of whatever it is, then it becomes consumption based. So if you have 35 hours, you only bill 35 hours.
Okay.
Then if you have 135 hours the other time, you bill only 135 hours. So now it becomes 170 consumed out of 1,200. When do we follow this? Is that we follow this when the number of hours is very minimal. Okay, we follow this when we are very sure that customer will consume and number of hours is high or expected to be high.
Okay. So, but in both the cases, 1200 will not exceed,
Will not change.
will
If
not.
that is changing, then it calls for a CR process,
Okay.
and you have to bill extra. Let's say you will again agree. So you ask for 1,200. We have now closed up 1,200 in, let's say, 8 months. Still
Mm-hmm.
4 more months you will need support, for which you will at least, based on the pattern, you will at least need 400 hours more.
Okay. So in both the model, it will work like that.
Yeah, both the model it will work like that. That's again a CR process, which is very generic.
And
Okay,
when
you
will
talk
this?
with them.
Mhm. And when we will generate this CR, after 1 year, after
No,
the
no, no.
contract ends, or when?
No, the moment you realize you're going to consume this, because
Oh,
as a project
okay.
manager, you will understand the pattern, right? First month
Yeah.
100, second month 120, third month 140. So it means that you're keep on increasing the number of hours that is consumed.
Mm.
So which means you will eventually consume 1,200 hours way before 8 months. So at the beginning of 6 months itself, you see a risk that it is going to. I mean, this is what is risk management. So you see a risk that this is going to be consumed. You have a contractual risk. You
Mm-hmm.
will consume all the hours by eighth month, and you now take the conversation of change request. You talk to them. You close the change request by eighth month before you close up the 1,200 hours, and you get a new CR and you get the additional hours and you bill for that. That's how it works.
Okay. So as a project manager, I will go to my business unit,
Correct.
and the business unit will talk to the
Take
customer.
care of the sales. I mean, the sales team and the business units will take care of these conversations. You will
Okay.
be engaged anyway because you are the one who is executing the projects. You know how much would be needed,
Yeah.
right? You and customer will jointly talk together along with the sales and the business unit and arrive at a common conclusion to
Mm-hmm.
proceed with the CR.
Okay.
Okay, so these are all basically things that that practically happens. It's not part of activity. It's never part of activity methodology. Act 100 or act 200. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so it is something that I thought you must know, because if you know this, you can talk to you can talk to your management or your sales in a business execution manner. That's how it is.
Yeah. And if there is a real time experience, then only I'll get confidence, or
Yes,
I will
yes.
understand. Yeah.
No, I mean, for you to go drive, you need to start somewhere. I think this would give you a start. You
Yeah.
can probably take up the conversation with your management later
Yeah.
when you're confident about it. Okay, this is about the uh, project types. So I will now step into these four parts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think we will take prepare alone for today, and then explore, realize, and deploy. We'll close it up tomorrow, and then we'll proceed into the actual content.
Okay.
Okay, then when it comes to prepare, again open.
We will be doing practicals as well. Okay.
Practicals in the sense you want to. I mean, I will just brief you. It is you who have to prepare a document and share it to me. Probably as I told you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the by practical as in what do you mean? Because this is not, as I told you at the beginning of the sessions. It's not something that you, as a HR, as a MM, it's not something I can showcase in a system. Neither you can do that. So what I had in my mind is that end of every week,
Mm-hmm.
like how you did for HR, the enterprise structure.
Yeah.
So you will have something to do. So by end of this week, I wanted you to come back to me with a project, a timeline, with the project plan with for the each phases. Uh, that's what I wanted basically to evaluate your understanding of each phase.
Okay. Can I request you something?
Yeah.
Like during the phases, explore, prepare. Do you have any real time document with you uh, for my
No,
reference?
I do have documents, but that's because we're all dealing with business information. I don't think I'll be able to share that. However, I will see
Like
if
you can,
I can.
you can change the real information and just random like ABC and this that XYZ.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe I'll try to prepare that for the subsequent session. We
Like
have something when we talk about this project management, right? Work stream.
yeah,
So
because
we will
Bookish,
talk about that.
the thing that we have in book is completely different when we actually deal with things in the organization.
You're right. Yeah, maybe I'll do that, but I don't think I'll. I mean, I can share you the templates, how what information will be there as part of each deliverable. How do we build it? All this information probably I can share it to you. I can. I have
Yeah.
few templates which I think I can showcase, but I don't think I can share it to you. But I can still showcase during our call.
Okay, that will also work, but real time, like what actually, when I, like you are working, what, how are you doing it, and what are the challenges that coming, and what the actual template looks like, not the generic one. Like in book we will have see
So
this, but in
that
real
will
life.
be we can talk about it when we go into these work streams. This work streams is specifically for that. How do we build deliverables? What is part of that work stream? And things as such. We'll be discussing about those templates, building deliverables, uh, because now we are discussing about the process, right?
Yeah,
Only when
I'm
you
just saying it, if you could show me some
we can.
real
I will
working, then
plan for
it
that.
will, really help me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will plan for that. I'll plan for that. I'll probably mask the important information and try to show you a few documents that I have.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
You need
so
not to share that, but just if I see also, no, I will, I'll have that in mind, that okay,
sure,
these
sure. Yeah,
things, yes.
yeah, we can plan. Right. So let me get into prepare. Okay, as part of prepare, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not again showing you how to build deliverables here because that will be done as part of the work streams. Okay,
Okay.
I'm just telling you more in detail about what happens within each phase
Mm-hmm.
in a real-time project. This is not about the document, I mean, the blog or the content that I shared you,
Yeah.
which is up
Okay.
here. Okay, this is something that happens real-time. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I wanted to share. Okay, so when we talk about prepare,
Mm-hmm.
your sales team, at the end of the discover, what happens? Your sales team assigns your sales team will hand over the project to the PMO. Your PMO has the project now, and the PMO will assign a project manager to the project.
Mm-hmm.
Now assume that it's you.
Okay.
Okay, so now project manager assigned to the project. So the first thing that you need to do is to study the contract and get the KT,
Okay.
sales and PMO and whoever involved
Mm-hmm.
in project. Okay, and post this, you talk to. I mean, one thing that I would always recommend is to, as I told you, understand your stakeholders
Okay.
from customer side. Who is what? Uh, what are their strengths? What is their mindset? All this stuff. Then this is all part of your KT basically. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then what do you do is you uh, after you do this, you have an internal kickoff meeting,
Mm-hmm.
which is within your organization. Okay, you before this, you the PMO and your management will say this guy is your project sponsor. Your question should be who is the project sponsor. Okay,
Okay.
after
Okay.
you get a project sponsor, you will invite all the necessary stakeholders, the subject matter experts, who is going to be part of your team. I mean, the team meaning not your project team, the
Mm-hmm.
management team. Okay, for
Okay.
example, if it is HR will have a subject matter expert. That subject matter expert will not be part of your project. However, he'll support the consultant who is part of your project, right? So all these people, you'll have to appraise them. What is the expectation out of your project? What is the scope? All those stuff, technical scope, functional scope, how many third parties are there, where the data is, what is the timeline, what are our deliverables, all these things you'll have to appraise them during the internal kickoff meeting
Okay.
to the management team. After this happens, you will have to identify the project team. Okay, because now these guys, your management team would be aware what is the expectation and what is expected out of this project.
Mm-hmm.
Then they will help you along with the resource management team to identify the project team. Identify the project team and take care of logistics.
Okay.
Okay, if you have to travel alongside, who will travel alongside, the visa arrangements, accommodation, all the stuff you'll have to take care in
Okay.
relation to your project, because as a project manager you are supposed to do all of this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not necessarily the fact that you have to do get visa, all those stuff. It's just that you have to coordinate between multiple departments, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
then uh, I mean, once you identify, you prepare your templates.
Okay.
These templates include whatever deliverables that you need to prepare. You'll have to get the templates
Mm-hmm.
from your PMO. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Or in some organizations, you might have from your old projects, and you can reuse that. Depends. If your organization has a repository where you can take out templates, you can directly take it from there. Okay.
Okay.
Then you, I mean, first you will travel for the kickoff meeting to the customer
Mm-hmm.
side.
Okay.
I mean, you will arrange, or let's say what happens before this is that the business unit head will intro you to the customer team.
Mm-hmm.
Then you will prepare your kickoff deck. You travel for the kickoff meeting and conduct it.
Okay.
Okay, what happens before is that you travel to the customer side
Mm-hmm.
and identify the customer stakeholders.
Okay.
Then you prepare for the kickoff meeting and conduct it with that stakeholders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then now kickoff is done. From their end, you set the expectations again, like how you set the expectations for our internal team. Okay. Again, identify, you work with the customer project manager to identify the project team from the customer end.
Okay.
Okay, it's not like you will have to work. However, most of the cases, you as a project manager should be uh, talking to the business team to understand their knowledge on SAP systems.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is something that I usually do, so I would recommend you to do as well, because you will know who is what. If there's someone who knows about SAP, you can talk to them in an SAP language. Otherwise, you cannot. You have to go by the layman language. You'll have to tell
Yes.
your team to talk in the layman language, because you, as a project manager, as a leader, you know how to talk, because you're part
Mm-hmm.
of too many meetings. You have that knowledge. You take care of things. However, as a consultant who are like 3 4 years experience or 5 years experience, you cannot expect them to go and talk in a language or understand the nuances of whether we could talk in business language, layman language, or SAP language. All these things. There are many cases where I got escalations about a consultant because they are talking in terminologies which the customers did not understand.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so these things you have to know who is what, so that you can pass on the information to your project team. Many times, the project team might be on site, might not be on site, but majority of the times, project manager will be at the customer side facing the customer. So you will have a better understanding about the stakeholders from the customer end more than the consultants. Okay,
Okay.
this,
Okay.
and also because the project manager only travels first before the project team members, so you will get more time to understand about the stakeholders, and then once the team comes in into the project, you will tell the project team about who is what. You give your knowledge transfer so that they'll take up conversations accordingly. That's how
Mm-hmm.
it works.
Okay.
Okay, then what happens is, you once you have identified, you prepare your deliverables. Your deliverables will be few things, as I told you, is project charter,
Mm-hmm.
scope statement, project plan itself, then project management plan, then your data migration plan, then your GSI. global scope item.
Okay.
Okay, this is basically your business process.
So, do you have templates for all of these?
No, I do have templates, but that's something that belongs to my organization. So I don't think I can share that to you. I can probably take a snippet of the table of contents and share it to you. That will that at least work?
Like I just want to have an idea of what are the things included in the charter and scope statement.
That's what I mean. I can share that to you for sure, but I can only share the table of contents. Table of contents will very clearly say what are all the things that is included as part of the
Yes.
document. I can showcase that during our conversations. I can do that.
Yeah,
However,
you can hide or you can remove all your contents from the organization. Just the one which is, the content that we have.
yeah, we can do. I mean, I'll do that while we discuss about the project management workstream. I'll do that.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so this is your deliverables. This is as part of your prepare phase.
Mm-hmm.
Then you ask the team to project team, which is SAP project team, will prepare the demo system.
Okay.
Okay, this demo system is something that you have to showcase. I told you, right? You will say this is how the standard process works. You will understand, you will get requirements, you will also understand the gaps, and record the additional requirements or customizations that is necessary. So you will prepare the demo system during, I mean, you will ask the project members to prepare the demo system. Parallelly, you discuss with customer project manager to get the deliverables signed off. All the charter plan, project management plan, data migration plan,
Mm-hmm.
all this stuff. Apart from this, I missed out on two important things, which is testing plan and training plan. Okay.
Okay.
Then forms one more important thing, which is user engagement calendar. We will discuss about all these
Calendar.
deliverables later.
Okay.
Okay. Now you need not worry on that. But just for you to understand, you have to prepare your deliverables.
Mm.
Parallelly, you will ask the project team members to prepare the demo system. Then you will get talk to the team and get the business sign off. Then you have something called as Q gate,
Oh, okay.
which
That's all.
is quality gate. Okay. You will
Mm-hmm.
have something called as acceptance criteria. For you to successfully close this phase, you will agree on certain criteria. Let's say you have to get this charter signed off. You need to have formal acceptance from the business on confirmation of existing business processes. You have to get a confirmation on the project plan. All the module owners or business process owners should acknowledge to the project plan. So these are all certain qualifying criteria you will have to close the phase officially. This quality gate is the process where you will validate whether all those criteria are met.
Mm.
Then you go for the prepare phase sign off.
Okay.
Okay, once this quality gate is successfully completed by a quality team or audit team, then
Mm-hmm.
you submit an official document to close the phase. And only after you close this phase, you will be able to bill this particular value that I told you. I told you, right? 10%, 10
Yeah.
to 10 USD in this case. So
O-
this forms the basis on which you can bill your customers, the official document.
Okay.
Okay, and so this is about the prepare phase. Um, this is basically what happens within the as an activity within the prepare phase.
All right. Okay.
Okay,
Got
similarly we'll get into all the rest of the three phases also
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow, and then probably we can move on to the other topics. Tomorrow I think we'll close up on this project life cycle, and then the day after we can start on the activate methodology, I mean activate elements of activate.
Okay. Yeah, today's class was very interesting. Yes.
Okay, this is basically what you do practically as a project manager. I think that's why it'll probably you'll be able to relate to it well.
Yeah, that's why
Uh,
I'm finding it very, I'm feeling very happy.
yeah. So as you can forget about the. I mean, this is very important. The one that we are
Mhm.
talking about. These you can forget. Again, this is not something which is very important. However, the things that we do as part of the project within the project, this is
Mhm.
what will matter the most because this any course content will not. I mean, any course or any book, for that matter, if you go take any Udemy course, it will not be explaining you all these stuff.
Yeah, and this is what I want you to explain, because I can read books. I can, I'll for the examination, I'll buy whatever books you tell me and I'll go through it. I'll read everything. But I really wanted this knowledge.
Okay, great. Then I think we're already past 3 more minutes. It's so we can connect back tomorrow for discussing on the rest of the phases.
Yes. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
thank you so much.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye. Good night.